have some advice for some movie theaters. Let's not put In a Violent Nature in an auditorium right next to Furiosa, because I'm telling you, you could hear Furiosa over this movie most of the movie. In a Violent Nature stars Barrett and is about when a locket is removed from a collapsed fire tower in the woods that entombs the rotting corpse of Johnny. His body is resurrected and becomes hell-bent on retrieving it. We horror fans have been waiting on this one. This movie has been getting very good word of mouth from some festivals early on this year, and the synopsis alone very much intrigued me. Basically, Jason Friday the 13th kind of story, but the entire perspective is from the killer. That's intriguing. I think everyone in the world has honestly thought about that idea of like, what do the killers do when they're walking around? What is Jason doing when he's not sitting there stalking? Well, this movie tells you. He's walking around in the woods for a pretty long time. I walked out of this movie pretty happy, I can't lie. And I think a big thing about this movie, for me at least, as a person who makes short films that are very low budget, watching this movie, I could tell it was low budget, but it got made into a movie. It's been getting very good word of mouth, and it was honestly kind of inspiring to watch in a movie theater. But let's start with the positives. The first things first is the cinematography in this movie. The cinematography is about 90% amazing in this movie, honestly. The shots, the scenery, the sound, the lighting, which I'm pretty sure was natural, all of it, very, very good stuff, honestly. It's almost like a movie you could take a nap to. Like, it's that relaxing, because a lot of it is him walking in this movie, but, like, it looks really nice. Like, the woods itself, like, it was a very nice looking movie to look at, but we'll get to more certain shots in a minute. The kills in this movie, holy crap. Okay. The kills overall in this movie are all, like, 95% practical, which I am in love with, and all of them are very creative and very fun and bloody, and big thumbs up. There is one kill. There is one freaking kill in this movie. When I came home, I had to tell my mom and dad this kill, because I was like, you guys need to see this. Just this movie. You need to see this movie just for this kill. Like, it's awesome, and it's practical too. I don't want to spoil anything, but like, you'll know the kill. It is the best thing about this movie, honestly. The kills are great, the cinematography looks good, the sound design, and I like the design of the killer himself. Like, definitely Jason looking, rotten, whatever, and he's definitely walking around like a zombie, but once he gets his mask on, I actually really dug it. I liked his chains with a little hook and everything. Like, I dug the killer's design. Now, when it gets more into my negatives, I'll say this. The movie is low budget, no doubt about it. As a person that makes short films, the biggest thing I struggle with is sometimes the lighting and cinematography, and big things about cameras at nighttime without really good lighting. You can see fuzzies in the darkness. Towards the end of this movie, there's an entire sequence that I'm like, yep, this camera can't handle the darkness, and you're doing natural light. And you know what? I don't want to be a hypocrite, because my short films that you can watch right now have that. So as I'm watching on the movie theater screen, I'm like, you know what? I can relate. But for someone who probably doesn't make short films, just watch this movie, they're going to say that's a really bad shot. Like, there's a shot where there's a shadow and you can completely see the camera on this person's back multiple times. There's also a shot where it's basically an overhead shot, which is a really cool idea, but I'm pretty sure they stabilized the shot in editing, and so I can see wobbles in the corner. Again, this is coming from somebody who literally makes short films and watch the editing process. It just looked like that, but it was still a really cool shot. So again, I'm only saying it because I noticed it, but I respect it because I do that shit with my own short films. And I will say, this movie could have been easily 50 minutes, maybe an hour. It's a 94-minute movie, and probably 25 minutes of him walking. And it's like third person, like GTA, him just walking. And that's it. It's just him walking. And the ending, there is a point in this movie, I was like, all right, it's definitely getting ready to end. There was another, like, 10 minutes, 15, and it involved a monologue. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, is something gonna happen? And then stuff happens, and then it just ends. I'm like, we could have been ended like 15 minutes ago, but hey, they had to get to feature length, I bet you, so they added a bunch of just nice shots, him walking, and this long 15-minute monologue, whatever it was at the end, just to get to feature length. I respect it. I do. but it definitely felt like this movie could have been a short film, honestly. In the end, I like this movie. I respect this movie. It's definitely a movie that stands out in the slasher genre because horror is so subjective and scary sometimes that this movie, to be just a generic basic kill the people in this cabin kind of stuff, but to be the perspective of the killer is different. It's cool. I like the idea. I'm glad someone made this idea because I feel like us horror fans have said, what is our killers doing when they're not killing people? This movie answers that. It's a lot of walking. And in the end, I liked it. I'm going to give In a Violent Nature a B. I do not know when it premieres on Shudder, but it is a Shudder movie, and I'm telling you, you need to see this in a movie theater because the movie theaters need us right now. Go support this movie if you can. If not, it's going to be on Shudder at some point. But please watch this movie for that one kill. The kills are great, but that one kill, oh my god, I can't wait to see people's reaction to that one kill. And if you guys enjoyed this movie review, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys!